and start recording here. Welcome to the 2021 Renegade Dynasty Rookie Draft. I am Mike Sofka from Winning Fantasy Football. That's the Facebook group. You'll find a lot of good stuff there. You'll also find some free rankings from me personally at HallOfFameFantasyFootball.com. You can check those out. Talking rookie rankings if you're in dynasty or keeper leagues. Talking redraft leagues, standard, PPR, it doesn't matter. I have all the answers there. I have all the rankings done for you. I also have the adjusted explosive index, which is a good way to measure rookie wide receivers. The math behind that is not complicated, but there is a process to it. And heck, you can pick that up at the HallOfFameFantasyFootball.com website as well. Follow us on Twitter, Winning Fantasy Football. But right now, we're at the 2021 Renegade Dynasty Rookie Draft. Last year was the first year of this draft, this league. Eddie, Quintanilla 26 was the champs last year in 2020. This is a type league where you have 18 total rostered players, 7 bench spots. Some of the positions that we have are 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex, and then 1 super flex, which means, of course, the quarterback can be the flex there. Also a kicker and a defense, then 7 bench players. 8 teams make the playoffs, a 16-team league. Playoffs start in week 14. Waiver types are free agent auction bidding, of course. Trade deadlines in week 10. There are 4 injured reserve slots, and there's also a taxi squad here as well. So 5 rounds in the rookie draft. This is a linear draft, meaning if you have pick 12 like I have, you're going to have pick 12 all 5 rounds. So that works good and bad, I guess. To each his own. I've done linear drafts before, and it's not a problem for me. And if you're having trouble locating me, I'm down here. I'm down here on the bottom underneath the big draft board here. So hopefully you'll be able to see and read all those draft picks as they happen. We might be on a delay tonight, might not record live, but that's okay. We're still covering the draft, so we'll still have it for you. Another reminder, check out one of the fastest growing podcasts in the country. It's a show about nothing, a show about everything. It's called Both Mics. Check that out. Also, check out the website, bothmics.com, as well as what'shotinflorida.com. Gives you some insider info on the state of Florida if you live here or if you're going to visit here. But again, we're at the 2021 Renegade Dynasty Rookie Draft. It's on Sleeper here. We've set the clock to 3 minutes per pick. Here goes the first pick of the draft, Kilo 42, who ended up with the piece of shit trophy last year. So no need to tell you what that was for. He has the first pick in this draft. It'll be interesting to see what he does here. I should, in these modern times, say he or she does. I don't know Kilo 42 personally, so I don't want to make any assumptions. Don't at me. Don't at me. All right. And he goes with Trevor Lawrence. First calf out of the chute there is Trevor Lawrence. Not sure if this is showing up the way I wanted to on the broadcast, but hey, it is what it is. The next pick here, pick 2, J099. I think the thing you want to look at in a PPR league like this is you want to look at where you are position-wise, running back, quarterback, wide receiver. You want to identify your biggest need first, but you also want to take what the draft gives you. You don't want to fall off here, you know what I mean? Let's see here. Let me try to do something here on the broadcast. Oh, Trey Lance went number 2. Try something here. Maybe I can make something happen here for us on the broadcast real quick. There's that. That's working. And let me check one more thing. Here's this. Let's see if this is working. Let's try this. Oh, I put the URL back in there, and it doesn't seem to be wanting to cooperate. So it is what it is. I'm going to move forward and onward with the draft here. Third pick was Kyle Pitts. I think that's right where he belongs, the third pick there. I think he's the best non-quarterback in the draft. Justin Fields is next there. So Justin Fields goes for Tim Tebow. Goes number 5. Are you kidding me? There's no way in hell that just happened. Apu019 takes Tebow. I don't even have Tebow on any of my ranking sheets. I haven't ranked Tebow at all. I don't even know if he's going to make the team. God bless you, Apu019, taking a chance on Tebow. There goes Najee Harris with the 6th pick. Najee Harris goes. Forza Manny on the clock with the 7th pick in the first round here. So far, well, Tebow scores as a quarterback in this league as well, but still, I don't understand the pick there. You could have got him with your last pick. You probably could have got him off waivers if you really wanted him. I just don't get it. But, hey, to each his own. You know, I'm a Tebow fan. I'm a Florida Gator fan. I'm a Tebow fan. I think there's nothing wrong with rooting for a guy like Tebow. A lot of people saying, well, you know, Tebow got his shot, but Colin Kaepernick sucked. Take a look at the stats on the Winning Fantasy Football Facebook group page. You'll see the stats I put there. In his last year in the league, he was dead last in just about every statistical category for quarterback. That's why he's no longer playing. And the fact that he turned down an opportunity with the Ravens. And that look, I'm not going to get into this anymore. Pick your side, whatever. Hey, Forza Manny with the 1-7 pick takes Jamar Chase, who I think is probably the number 2 player in the draft in reality. Looks like we're on Linton's. I don't know. I don't know how to say that. It's the 1-8 pick here. Leonidas. That's what that says. It's just spelled a little different for me here. So Leonidas. And if you're trying to look up top there, I have failed you somehow, some way, because this isn't updating across. I am updating for you as we go here. Nothing as boring as watching or listening somebody else draft fantasy football, I know, but this is early in the year. This is a learning experience for everyone here. And, you know, you might pick up a tidbit here. What you might learn is that there are some people who will draft Tebow in the first round of your fantasy draft, which I find quite humorous. About a minute and a half off the clock here. Half the time allotted. We have 3 minutes per pick. 16-team league. 5 rounds, of course. Let's try this one more time here with the sleeper board here. I don't know why it's not updating on the video, but that's okay. We're going to push through. We're going to keep piling on. We're going to keep going. We're not going to let that slow us down here. Again, to recap what we missed so far. And there goes a running back. I don't even know who this guy is. Prentice. I need to take a note on this guy because obviously I don't know what I'm doing here. This guy's not on any of my rankings either, so Leonidas drafting A. Prentice. Let's look that up right now. How about that? Let's do that. Let's look him up. Leonidas with the bold pick there. I can't even find this guy that just got drafted. He just went with the 8th pick. So I'm just going to write that down. Let me look at one other spot to see if this guy's on the roster. I don't know why it would let you pick somebody that's not on a roster. And, you know, we're digging deep here early in the first round. That bodes well for me with the 12th pick, I know. Yeah, Adam Prentice. Let's see. I might have to take a note on this cat. Fullback out of South Carolina. Okay, so you're taking a fullback with your pick there in the first round. There goes Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle going 9. Jalen Waddle, the wide receiver out of Alabama. I think he was the better of the two wide receivers out of him and Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith stayed injury-free. Jalen Waddle didn't, and Smith went on to have a totally stellar final year there at Alabama. Wins the Heisman Trophy and goes in the pros, as well as Jalen Waddle. Boom, boom, first-round picks. Alabama had a bunch of them. They were a great football team, of course. We're here on the 10th pick. Hansel is on the clock. I'm not sure if this cat's going to make the draft. Said he wasn't going to be here. The light's not on next to his name, indicating he may not be here. It was a bluff. He takes Travis Etienne. I don't know any more than that, but I like Travis Etienne. I do like that, so I'll take that. Let's see here. Travis Etienne went 10. There goes Devonta Smith with the 11th pick. How do I get this to toggle over now? There goes Devonta Smith. I can't see who's going just before me, I guess. Well, then how will I know when I'm on the clock? Well, let's just punch in a name here. And let's see if I can draft this cat. I think I drafted him. I can't see that far over. That's odd that I can't see like that. I don't know what pick we're on here, because I can't see the draft board. Why can't I see the draft board? That's alarming to me. I was on a clock. I was able to take Javonte Williams, but I can't see that selection. I can only see through section 11. It is a linear draft, so it'll come back the other way. I'll just be missing a few marks here. How can I do that? Let's see. How can I move right to left here on the sleeper app? Let's see. There's that. Let's do that. That's not going to work. Well, like I said, Devonta Smith was worthy of going in the first round, worthy of going near Jalen Waddle, and sure enough, he did. ETN splitting the difference on him. I went and I took Javonte Williams there. Now, good news for Leonidas. His player will be blocking as a fullback for the player I just took, Javonte Williams, so I'm happy about that. Let's see here, though. Why can't I move this over, or can I? That's alarming to me that I can't go over. Let me see. Yeah, wow, that's weird. Let's do this. No, it's not that. Alright, well, it is what it is. We're going to keep pushing forward here, and as soon as I have more information in the draft here, I'm gonna give it to you. I was 12. There were 4 picks after me, and I can't see any of those picks. I couldn't see my pick or the one after it, but I was able to see when it indicated for me the pick on the clock here. So quite an interesting situation here. The board's not updating on Twitch. That's not good. I'm gonna put in that draft board URL here. Make sure I got it. Let's refresh the cache on that page and see what happens. There's the pick page. Look at that. There we go. I was able to refresh the cache. And here's the full pick page here. Okay. So we can see. Now, it's kind of small on the thing here. So hang on. I got Javonte Williams. Then who went? Zach Wilson. Then Mac Jones. So Zach Wilson went. And then Mac Jones goes. Interesting. Quarterbacks flying off the board early here. And this is a multi-quarterback league. This is a league where you need 2 quarterbacks. I have 2 quarterbacks. Actually, you really need 3 if you think about it, because you're going to have to fill in for a buy-in. Really, you're going to need about 4 if you think about it, because a third of the quarterbacks go down every year to injury or miss games for one reason or another. So that's something to keep in consideration here. We're on pick 15 in the first round of the 2021 Renegade Dynasty Rookie Draft. If you're in this league, you're in a good league here. It seems to be competitive, seems to be some camaraderie, seems to be some trading, a little bit of money, keep it interesting. Of course, I'm not saying that. This is for entertainment purposes only. We're using Monopoly money. But at the same time here, it gives us a chance to get together, start the season. If you're like me, you play in many leagues, and you can't get enough of it. And, you know, people say, oh, I did a bunch of mock drafts. Well, everybody knows it's fake going in. You know, this is a real draft. This is a real rookie draft. So this will bode well for you in other dynasty leagues that haven't drafted yet or may not draft till June or July. This is early for some folks, but not for others. If you have your act together, you're ready to go. Somebody's about to time out here. That's what that ding is. And it looks like they're going to miss their pick. It says time's up. So I'll be interested to see what's going to happen there. Previous picks again, Mac Jones, Zach Wilson. I took Javonte Williams at 12. Then we went Devonta Smith, Travis Etienne, Jalen Waddle at 5. Then Prentice, Adam Prentice, a fullback at Denver. Leonidas' pick. And then Jamar Chase, Najee Harris, Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow going number 4, eligible in a quarterback position here in a multi-quarterback league. Hopefully he'll make the team. You know, that's what Apu019's looking for, that he makes the team. And then, of course, before him was Justin Fields, Kyle Pitts, Trey Lance, and Trevor Lawrence with the first overall pick. So, you know, it's kind of hard to screw up a first-round pick, even in a 16-team league, because, well, there's some good guys up there. But when you have 2 of them handicapped the first round here, and again, hate to beat a dead horse, but Apu019 and Leonidas giving us some gifts there. And then you consider that 1 pick timed out here. I'm just wondering how this is going to end up, what's going to shake out here. So I appreciate you tuning in here. Hopefully you're checking us out on Twitch. You can check us out on the Facebook group. Now the Twitch group here is Winning Fantasy Football. So it's twitch.tv/Winning Fantasy Football. You can check out the YouTube page, Hall of Fame Fantasy Sports. That's where you'll find this. And you can check out the Facebook group, Winning Fantasy Football. Yeah, it's all one big party. We bring you a regular show once a week in the middle of the week here. And then we give you waivers at the website. We give you free rankings. We have something called the Adjusted Explosive Index. We have premium products if you want to purchase some of those too. But there's always something new, always something that you're going to find at Winning Fantasy Football, the Facebook group, or at the Hall of Fame FantasyFootball.com website. Let's see here. What are we waiting on? We're waiting on this time up or time out or whatever happened here. So there's a stop in the draft here. This is kind of like when they have a 6-hour rain delay in NASCAR. You know, you wonder, how's this guy going to pull this off? Well, we're going to see. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to update the cache here, because I do want to make sure that I'm not behind here on the broadcast like I was before. We just had to refresh the cache before. Oh, and they did change the draft here. I see. They did change. They went with a serpentine. They came back. There's Michael Carter has gone. Man, it's hard to see this. I can't see who that is. I'm up in 2 picks. God, I really can't see that. Same if it's a wide receiver, one of them's a quarterback. Can't read who that quarterback is. And I'm trying like the dickens to read who that wide receiver is there too. Let's see if I can make this a little bigger here and see if I can't tell. Ah, there we go. Ryan Fitzpatrick was available in this draft, I guess. Huh? Looks like somebody's going to time out. There goes Elijah Moore. Ryan Fitzpatrick got picked. Rondell Moore.
Let's go! Let's go!
And another person has timed out. I am on the clock, so I'm going to go ahead and get this pick in quick. I'm going to go ahead and take a chance here with Rashad Bateman. He must have been picked here. I must have missed that. Yeah, he did get picked. I missed that. So we're going to go with let's go with another unique pick here. Let's go with Trey Sermon. How about that? Yep, pulled the trigger. Trey Sermon, I like Trey Sermon a lot. I think he's going to do well. I know it's somewhat of a committee situation, but that'll work to his advantage. He won't have to excel at pass blocking per se to get on the field. So this is a guy that, I'm taking 2 running backs to start. I hardly ever do that. I usually go the other way. I usually go, wide receiver heavy if I'm heavy in one area or another. But, you take the draft as it comes to you. You take what's given to you here. So there's my Trey Sermon. Tyler Higbee goes. I don't understand some of these picks, but hey, it is what it is. I'm drafting rookies here. I'm not drafting these leftover scraps. I'll pick those guys up off waivers if they're still available. And I don't know why you would draft some of the people that are getting drafted here. Is what it is. Dynasty, you're going to want young players. You're going to want talented players. You're going to want players that are going to play. So they have changed up the draft here. It's my bad before. Now we've reduced the clock as well to 2 minutes per pick. We're in the second round of 5. I'm going to go ahead and wind this up here because it times out. Sleeper tends to time out here. Like the Sleeper app over here is running at a different rate than what I have over here, and it's kind of weird to see that. So I'm gonna get out of the draft room. I'm gonna go back into the draft room here, and I'm gonna see if that won't catch it up. And it didn't. Oh yeah, it did. It didn't move it over. I see. So there's Higbee. There goes Pat Freiermuth too. That was somebody I considered, but at that spot, I'd rather go with the running back. Tariq Cohen goes now as well. Yeah, I would rather have a rookie than most any of these guys that have gotten drafted so far. I really would. So it is what it is.
Let's go! Let's go!
On the clock. We'll refresh the page here. They took Tariq Cohen. Okay, now we're back. Now we're caught up here. We're halfway through basically the second round. And again, these players taken in the second round so far. The end out the first round was Bateman and Michael Carter. Rashad Bateman and Michael Carter. Then Rondell Moore. Ryan Fitzpatrick goes on the way back. Elijah Moore. Terrace Marshall goes. That was a good pick right there. Then I took Trey Sermon right after. And again, I'm the guy with 2 running backs, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Hey, look, Leonidas took Chuba Hubbard. And he has 2 running back. Well, a fullback and a running back. So there goes Dwayne Washington. Again, I don't understand the picks. I don't understand. But it is what it is. Refresh this page again, and I'm going to move this over. I'm going to keep it a little larger so we can see it and just move it over. I'm just just doing that to make it easier on us visually here. About 53. Oh, there he goes. Kadarius Toney. See, now that's a pick right there. You know, that's a guy that's got a lot of upside. You're looking for guys that have upside here is what you're looking for. I waited out and I found there's more wide receivers available this year in the rookie class. So I've decided it fell to me the right way. I decided to pick up the running backs first and then go back and get the wide receivers, being I think that's a deeper class. Missed out on some of the top quarterbacks, but that's okay. You know, it is what it is. I have a couple quarterbacks. Maybe something else will shake out later for me. And then, you know, quarterbacks go down. Later on, there's still a Davis Mills. Who knows what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson. There's a Kellen Mond there as well. So who knows how that's going to shake out. It's going to be interesting. So somebody's getting ready to time out again.
Let's go! Let's go!
Let me try to update this again. I got to keep updating this cache here so that the current page here stays current. As current as possible, anyway. Kadarius Toney should do some good things. The Swiss Army knife out of the University of Florida for the Gators. 33% of his plays, he broke tackles to gain additional yards. That's what you want from a speed demon. That's what you want from a guy like that. And there goes a big wide receiver out of Michigan in Nico Collins. I like him as well. I think he's a big-bodied guy. I think he's going to have an outstanding career in the NFL. It's just going to be interesting to see how things start off for him in Houston with turmoil at quarterback. So here we are. We're on the second round, 13th pick. A couple receivers just went off the board. Of course, that was preceded by 3 running backs, then 2 tight ends, then a running back, 2 wide receivers, quarterback, and a wide receiver. But some of these picks here are kind of questionable. I'm sliding around here so you can see the draft board better. And as you see, all these names around me here, these are these teams' current rosters. So if you're watching this, it's not a mock. This is a real draft. This is the take who's left draft. This is you can take veterans, you can take rookies here. I would take a rookie here in a draft like this. There's just no way I would do anything different. Okay. Let's see here. Who was that? Wow, A.J. Green was available, and he goes in the second round, 13th pick. There's Michael Carter. Why was I thinking Michael Carter went before? There's M. Carter. Oh, no, don't tell me he drafted the other M. Carter. It just says running back, and it doesn't say Jets. That's another mistake by Zach. Wow. Now, I made a mistake in this draft last year. I kind of was timing out, and I
Come on!
the wrong button there, so I get it. Stuff happens. It's not as funny when it happens to you, though. I get it. Oh, yeah, here we go. Let's see, there's Amari Rodgers going to play with Aaron Rodgers. Both A. Rodgers, both have D in their name as well. Let's see, there goes Hill, Taysom Hill. See, in a multi-quarterback league or a league that has a super flex, that's not always a bad play. Maybe he's good for 100 yards between rushing and passing, and maybe he's good for a touchdown, and maybe that's all you need to get you through a bye week. So I don't think that's a bad pick at all. I like that pick. Wow. So this cat got Kilo 42, got Trevor Lawrence, then he got Taysom Hill. His quarterbacks currently are Tom Brady, and that's it. So Trevor Lawrence will take the place of Tom Brady, of course, on that roster for years to come after Brady hangs him up. You look at the second pick there, they have Kirk Cousins, Jalen Hurts at quarterback, so they did need a quarterback. They went and took Trey Lance with the first pick. There goes Amon St. Brown.
Come on.
I didn't see that as a part of the scoring, but he's going to do some kickoff and punt returns as well. So if you're in one of those leagues that awards that and it's close between him and another player, consider that, because you may have a bye week fill-in, or maybe you have a kick returner spot on the roster that you need to fill. There are some leagues that run with the kick returner. And by the way, this is a challenging league. There's also, if you want to stretch yourself a little bit, there's also other leagues out there that you can join with contracts, with free agency, with restricted free agency, contracts where you manage the dollars and the years, you're trading players, re-signing players, 53-man roster, it's a year-round type thing. There are those type of leagues out there. So if you're interested in something like that, maybe hit me up on the website, hit me up at the Facebook group, Winning Fantasy Football, the website, HallOfFameFantasyFootball.com. Send me a note. I'll get you the info you need. There goes Eskridge. I like Dwayne Eskridge. He's going to start in a slot for Seattle. That's one of my hidden little gems, but I like him a lot, and he just went in the draft here. He went with the third pick in the third round. He goes to J099, whose picks so far are Trey Lance. They took Amari Rodgers, and then Dwayne Eskridge. Let's see if we can't do something about this. You got a minute 22 here on the third pick in the third round, 3-3. And again, to recap, the first picks, Trevor Lawrence, number 1 overall. Trey Lance, number 2 overall. Kyle Pitts, number 3 overall. Number 4, Justin Fields. Number 5, Tim Tebow. Are you kidding me? Number 6, Najee Harris. Followed by Jamar Chase. Adam Prentice, a fullback from Denver, goes at 1-8. Jalen Waddle. Travis Etienne. And then there's Devonta Smith. Then I took Javonte Williams. Then Zach Wilson went. Mac Jones went. Rashad Bateman went. There's Michael Carter, the running back for the Jets. There's Rondale Moore goes first pick, second round. There's Ryan Fitzpatrick in a Superflex league. That's not so far out of the question. Elijah Moore, Terrace Marshall. I came in, got another running back, Trey Sermon, San Fran. I know it's a committee, but we'll see what happens here. Then a couple tight ends go as Tyler Higbee and Pat Freiermuth goes out of Penn State. Tariq Cohen, Chuba Hubbard, Wayne Washington, Kadarius Toney, Nico Collins, A.J. Green, Michael Carter, another Michael Carter who's
Let's go! Let's go!
They were able to do that, but they got him up here as well. So that's going to be interesting to see how this shakes out in the Rules Committee, followed by Amari Rodgers, and followed by, who is that? Oh, yeah, Taysom Hill. I was thinking Tyreek Hill, and there was no way. All right, we talked about that before. Taysom Hill. There's Amon-Ra St. Brown, I should say, followed by Dwayne Eskridge, who's going to immediately start in a slot. I like that pick as well. Kenneth Gainwell, I like that as well. He'll be the number 2 guy. He'll probably supplant Boston Scott as that third down running back. And then you got a Scotty Miller going for receiver here for the Lakers. Let's see, it's actually Dan Jung with that selection there. Now let's see, Tim Tebow they take. Apu019 took Tebow, then Nico Collins. Let's see who's next up for Apu019 as he selects the 5th pick in the 3rd round. I'm going to go ahead and refresh this so I'm on it here. And I'm sorry we weren't able to bring the live broadcast. That's okay. We're going to have the recorded broadcast up here in multiple places for you to look at. Wow. Let's see here. Trying to identify this player here. Let me me see if I can do that so I don't say something wrong here. Hopefully you're getting geared up and ready for fantasy football season. That was A.J. Richardson goes in the third round. A.J. Richardson, number 2 on the depth chart behind DeAndre Hopkins. Maybe that's a handcuff there. Let's check out his team. And yes, I do see D-Hop on the team, so maybe that's not a bad pick for that team right there. There goes Guyton. There goes Bowers. Up next is Chendu 420. A.J. McCarron was just taken before that as well. Chendu 420 on the clock right now with the third round, 9th pick. I'm going to go ahead and move this over so we can see. I did the recap, but this way we can see what's going on in the back half of the draft here. So I did move this over here. Let's go ahead and refresh the cache on the sleeper draft page again so we're up to date. And that's where we're at. There's about a minute on the clock with the 9th pick in the third round. According to the rankings that I have, both of my picks are in the top 12. So I've almost cut the draft in half, which is the goal you want. I take projections of what these players are going to projected to do, then I rank them according to the median, and I take a value-based position on each player. It's quite unique. If you want to win your league, you haven't won your league, you want to feel good about your draft and have an easier time during the year, hit me up at the Hall of Fame Fantasy Football.com page or hit us up on the Facebook group at Winning Fantasy Football. We have a weekly show. I have weekly waivers that are going to go up there during the regular year. So a lot of questions and answers, a lot of take this guy, take that guy, oh, we have an opening in our league. All that fun stuff that evolves around fantasy football. So you're not left on your own. We're on pick 10 now. Hansel's on the clock here. Interesting pick again here. Another interesting pick. Looks like De'Ami Brown. I kind of like De'Ami Brown a lot. I've looked at him on the adjusted explosive index. I'm not going to give it away where he landed, but the product out of North Carolina, they had a great team, North Carolina. I mean, you consider it they had Michael Carter, you consider it they had Javonte Williams, De'Ami Brown. I mean, that was a team that had it going on. So, congrats to those guys for doing well out of the Tar Heel state. Let's update the board again. And it looks like everything is up to date here. Looks like we're just a few seconds away from getting a skip here. After taking ETN, you got a timeout? Jeez. Don't know what happened there. It went in as a pick from somebody I don't know who it is who's on no team. It's a quarterback. Shamanek. Let's go ahead and punch his name in the old computers here and see what we come up with. Let me give it one more try here. Shamanek. Yeah, I can't even find this cat. He's not even on a team. Good pick. Good investment in, when you put a little money in there so people stay involved and stay serious. It's kind of weird to see some things happen. But maybe there's a connectivity problem. Maybe there's a computer problem. Heck, I was having problems doing this here. And if you can't see me, I'm down here. I'm in the bottom. And you can see me right here pointing at Winning Fantasy Football. That's our Facebook group. You're going to want to check that out. You're going to want to check that out because you can hear our shows once a week. I do a show with Dan Tortora, Wake Up Call DT out of Syracuse, New York. We're doing that. And we also participate in things on Twitter. Our Facebook group, I said, is starting to grow strong. And if you want to play in a league with us, we play in 4 or 5 leagues through those shows. Hit us up, listen to the shows. You can play in a league with us. That'd be fun. I want to get some more listeners. I want to get some more people that I'm playing football with. I want to make sure I'm getting the audience that's actually listening to us to play with us. That's interesting. And it looks like I'm on the clock, so I need to shut the F up. And I'm going to probably take a chance here. I'm going to take Tutu Atwell here. I'm going to take a chance because he's my... Oh, no, I can take Gainwell? Is Gainwell still available? I thought he went. Yeah, Atwell. I think Atwell's going to be my pick. Hubbard went. Ramondre Stevenson really quizzes me, though. Jeez, I'm going to go with Tutu Atwell because I think he's got something that... I don't know, it's just different. I like him. I know he's small, but I like him. He's like Kadarius Toney, I think. So I took Tutu Atwell there. It's just as well because I already had 2 running backs. So, you know, sometimes you need to be flexible. Sometimes you need to adjust. You need to take what the draft gives you. But you need to have a couple of options ready to go when it's your turn. And the best way to do that is prepare ahead of time. Get your act together. It doesn't hurt you to come up with some sort of cheat sheet, some sort of mechanism, some sort of way. It doesn't matter what it is as long as it works for you. There goes Trey McKitty. He was preceded by Kellen Mond. Trey McKitty, tight end. Tight end product for the Chargers. The Chargers got some, you know, I know Hunter Henry just got jettisoned out of there, but I like Donald Parham a lot. I think he's going to do some amazing things. He did some amazing things in the AFL, whatever you call that. He was an excellent player. He's long, he's lanky, kind of like a Kyle Pitts. So it's interesting to see Kyle Pitts this year. I'm interested to see what Kyle Pitts is going to do. I'm going to go ahead and keep refreshing our page here because I don't want to miss a thing, especially because we are in Serpentine now. Apparently these rules got changed as the draft started, and I'm all right with that. I'm flexible. I didn't like a linear draft. I prefer a Serpentine draft anyway. More traditional. A lot of people are familiar with the Serpentine draft that usually bodes a little better, so I like that. Let me clear this here for myself. Picked. Time's up. Maybe they're going to pick here in a second. Give them a second. I thought Gainwell went before, and I thought Chuba Hubbard went before, and I got Tutu Atwell. Yeah, there's Gainwell, and there's Chuba Hubbard, so I missed those. Sometimes I need to shut up and pay attention. That's what happened there, but that's all right. Okay, so Lamar Miller ended up getting picked, running back from forever ago. Looks like a Westbrook has gone. D.D. Westbrook out of Jacksonville, the crowded wide receiver room there with the last pick in the 3rd round. Now it comes back again for our champ, our returning champ, Quintanilla 26. So far his picks are Michael Carter, Rondell Moore. He got the right Michael Carter, I know that. Rondell Moore, D.D. Westbrook, and he's on the clock with the first pick in the 4th round. I like D.D. Westbrook, don't get me wrong. Though he had a lot of baggage coming out of college, Jacksonville took some chances on him. Then he's had some injuries as well. And now it doesn't help that he's got Laviska Shenault, DJ Chark. Oh, and Tim Tebow, the first round Tim Tebow. So, interesting year this year. I think more people are going to be able to attend games. Last year, nobody was really able to attend games. It's just a crazy world we're living in right now. Tylan Wallace goes, and so does. I like Tylan Wallace. It's just, again, crowded wide receiver room there in Baltimore. There goes Carlos Hyde back with Jacksonville. Carlos Hyde, where did he go to school? Ohio State. Who's the new coach? Urban Meyer from Ohio State. He also brought in Tim Tebow as well. These are guys that are locker room guys. These are guys to help the guys around them with Urban's process, with Urban's offense. They know most of that offense, most of the language in that offense. So it's going to be a nice learning curve. It's going to be easier. It's going to be an easier adjustment. You room those people together so they help each other out. And it's teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. That's what you need in the NFL. But you know what? It's also called the NFL, not for long. You got to get yours while you can. Not everybody gets that chance like Tebow got. It is what it is. And look at this. Look who went. Your boy. Your boy went. There goes your boy. Oh, my. You know, the one thing about this that's great is I can entertain myself. You know? I'm going to look up the stats on your boy. Yaboa. I'm sure it's Yaboa. Yeah, I have him not ranked as high. Out of Mississippi, 6'4", 240 pounds for the New York Jets. They do need a tight end. Chris Herndon's been abysmal, and he's also been injured as well. So, Yaboa, I'm calling him your boy. He's going right there. I'm on the clock. I need to shut up and make a pick. Let me see if I can take Stevenson here. Maybe I should. I think I can get that pick later. Let's do that. Let's see if Stevenson. Yep. I'm going to take him. He's a workhorse. There's value. I have him ranked the 28th rookie. Some people have him ranked, some of the other talking heads, as high as 21 and as low as 35. I had him at 28. And we're at 32nd. We're at like 48. We're like pick 50 here. So, yeah, that's who I'm going to take. There's value there. Again, value picking. Did I know I was going to take 3 running backs coming in here? No. But you know what? It's there. And I took it. I thought about Ramondre Stevenson on my last pick when I took Tutu Atwell. It's going to try to time me out. Let me clear the cache there. There it goes. Okay. We're on track. Don't get off track by people that aren't on track. Keep your track. Keep going. And when you see that light at the end of the tunnel, you got to have confidence that it's not a train. You got to hope that it's the opening. And you don't want it to be a train at the end of the tunnel there. Let's see. We are on what pick here? Looks to me like we're on pick 4, 8. No. I was 12, so that's 11. That's 11 right behind me here. We're on pick 11 in the 4th round. That's going back, though, so it's really 4, 5 going back. I was 4, 5. So just check it. Forget all that. It's the 6th pick in the 4th round because we're going serpentine. We started out linear. We started out 5 minutes per pick, went to 3 minutes per pick. Now we're at 2 minutes per pick, and it's definitely a serpentine draft here. So I've got 3 running backs and a wide receiver, and I'm okay with that. I have I'm going to try to get a quarterback on the way back. I'll go ahead and divulge my secret right now. I'm going to try to get a Davis Mills. I think he has an opportunity to play earlier than most people think, and I'm willing to take that chance. I think there's going to be trouble for our boy Deshaun Watson. And, you know, even if everything is okay, even if he patches everything up with Houston, he's still got a lot of civil and criminal liability.
Let's go! Let's go!
It's going to move him into a different stratosphere as far as teams that aren't going to pay that fat contract he just signed. Houston's a mess. They jettisoned DeAndre Hopkins. They brought in David Johnson like he was going to Save the whole place. There's Tyler Heineke right there. That's good news. That guy wanted a quarterback. He's got 2 of them. Tyrod Taylor, though, is on that team, and he may also be the starter for Houston. But remember Tyrod Taylor? 10 minutes before the game, he finds out that injection they gave him for that sore muscle. They gave him an injection in the chest, and it pierced through where it was supposed to go. And he was in a life-threatening situation. They had to send him out to the hospital. And then here they go. Justin Herbert, guess what? You're starting 10 minutes before the game. I mean, that's what it is. You got to be ready to go. And what did he do? He went ahead and lit it up. He had a great year last year, and they didn't need Taylor anymore. There goes Daz Newsome and Gerald Everett. I like me some Daz Newsome. I think he's going to do well this year as well. I think he's going to take time to grow, of course. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking Pro Bowler here, but, Chicago has some good young receivers there. I like Chicago, what they're doing with Darryl Mooney out. You got Allen over there. I think taking the chance with Justin Fields was smart. I'm just going to say it. I think Justin Fields is going to be a heck of a quarterback in this league. Hopefully Mac Jones will be as well. He went with the Patriots. Now, I hear you. I'm not a Patriot fan either, but, I just like to see, nice pairings, nice matchups. It's like a fine wine with your dinner. If you know what goes with what, if you know that you're supposed to drink red wine with the red meat and white wine with the fish and the chicken and so forth. If you know some basics, if you know about a Chardonnay versus a Riesling, one's drier, one's sweeter, just some basics, you can learn the rest as you go. That's how this works in fantasy football as well. If you learn some of the basics and you get on with somebody like, Winning Fantasy Football, the Facebook group page, you'll pick up the rest. If you get some good draft guidance, hey, I know somebody who offers that. It's me right here. I offer some draft guidance. HallOfFameFantasyFootball.com. I have free rankings, whether you're standard, PPR, rookie, dynasty, whatever the case may be. I got some free rankings there for you.
Come on.
I also have the Adjusted Explosive Index. What is that? That's a way to grade rookie wide receivers before they even play a down or even on a team in the NFL. There's a way to score those guys and find out who's going to be successful later on down the road. So I'm moving the draft board over here. There goes Schwartz from Cleveland. And there goes Litton. He's not even on a team. That's another quarterback. He's not on a team. I don't understand what's going on there, but I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. Anthony Schwartz, the rookie, the Cleveland Brown. I had him ranked 32 on my rankings there, so there's some value there with Anthony Schwartz. So Leonidas, you've recovered a little bit. It's like you're playing every other round or something, Leonidas. Like Adam Prentice, I didn't get the fullback. I didn't catch that whole thing. I don't know what's going on with that. Then I think you missed again with AJ McCarron. I mean, do you really think he's going to take over in Atlanta? I mean, I don't know. You also got Prescott and Stafford on the rosters, and Garner Minshew and Dalton. You're trying 5 quarterbacks. I mean, it's great. I get it. I told you before, you really need about 4 quarterbacks in a league like this, because 30% of them are going to go down, and we're running a super flex where it bodes well to have a quarterback there. Even though the touchdowns are only 4 points in this league, it does you well. And there's another quarterback who's not on a team, so I will let that one go as well. It's crazy. These QBs, these people, we could pick up off waivers later on. And speaking of Yeboah, the tight end out of the Jets, before I failed to say that, he's ranked number 72 on my rookie rankings right now. Some of the prognosticators have him as high as 45. I didn't. But, sometimes opportunity just needs to be met with a friendly hand. Like, in other words, maybe he has a quicker way to get on the field for the Jets, and maybe that'll make him a better player long term. Playing right away. Sometimes that helps. Hey, feast or famine, or throw him out of the frying pan into the fire. That's how you teach a kid to swim, right? They used to throw you in a pool. None of this baby YMCA crap, learn how to do the stroke, learn how to float. No. You know how I got taught to swim? I got my ass tossed in the pool. I learned real quick how to swim. let's go ahead and update this. Let's refresh the cache in this page again. I figured that part out. We're on our way back already. There goes Mills. See, Davis Mills. I took a risk there, and it didn't turn out the way I wanted to. So it is what it is. What are you going to do? This is the 5th round. There goes a Rice, a tight end. There goes Palmer, Josh Palmer, LA Charger receiver. I think that's a great pick there. Sloman, we're picking kickers here. We're really drafting kickers in a 16-team league with 5 rounds in a rookie and a UFA draft. And we drafted the Falcons before. We drafted a defense. It's all right. It is what it is. Everybody has their own way of doing things. It's just, when it's not my way of doing things, it's good for me if I'm in the league, but I also said I wanted a quarterback, and it doesn't look like I'm going to end up getting a quarterback here. There is a chance I could take on a quarterback. I could take a flyer on a Sam Ehlinger here late if he falls to me here, or an Ian Book. You know, I have to, understand those guys are going to go straight to the bench and they're not going to play. So I'll probably take a chance and see if those guys will be available on a free agent waiver wire and pick one of them up and put them on a taxi squad, because we do have a taxi squad in this league. Very interested to see this next pick here. He has Fields, A.J. Green, Scotty Miller, Dawson Knox. Dan Jung's doing a fine job in the draft so far. I also like what J099's done as well. Trey Lance, Amari Rogers, Dwayne Eskridge, Davis Mills. Hey, talk to me about a trade involving Mills. You got 2 rookie quarterbacks there. I see you have Cousins and Hurts, so you do have the 4 quarterbacks. Coming up here, let me refresh this, make sure it's not me that's missing out. And again, this is the 2021 Renegade Dynasty rookie draft from Sleeper. Adam Humphries goes. Now here we go. Apu019 took Tebow, then Nico Collins, then Richardson, then the Falcons defense. This is his 5th round pick. So far, my 4 rounds of picks have all been in my top 30, which that does well. That puts me at about the 8th pick. I'm about the 12th pick. That more or less cuts the draft in half. That's always the goal, to finish in half the draft. So if you pick from the 12, it's almost like you have more guys. See, I do my ranking. I'll show you. There's the rankings on the side there. So I mark off what... I'm old school. I'm an old guy. I mark it off so I can see it. I don't just rely on the computer to spit it out to me, because I want to see patterns. I want to see colors. I want to see... No, I don't want to take LSD. I'm just saying I want to see the different parts of the draft as they happen, as they unfold. I want to be in the thick of it, and I have a better feel for it. It's just like the reason why this visual that I have up there with the colors of the players, it goes back to those old stickers, the sticker boards. So we used to get them from CVS or somewhere, and you guys would get together at the local bar or restaurant, and you'd have a Vanna White type waitress putting the stickers up there for you. So I've always had a great time doing those, and this is computerized. This is same thing, except it's on a computer. Nowadays with the pandemic, the so-called pandemic, people are probably better off this way. I've done online drafts before. I like online drafts, but there's something about getting in the same room as other people. It almost becomes a poker game. Like, you know what people are going to do, or maybe you don't. Maybe you'll be surprised. It's always more fun when you can rib somebody in person rather than on the video 3 days later, but is what it is. Let's go ahead and refresh the cache here one more time. Hopefully that'll catch us up to speed. Holy crap, I'm on the clock. I don't know how that happened. It must be automatic picks or something. So I'm going to go and pick. I'm just going to pick the next guy on here, and that is Dez Fitzpatrick. That's who I'm taking. That's the next guy on my roster here. Dez Fitzpatrick, the number 33 ranked player, playing for Tennessee. I like Dez Fitzpatrick a lot. I think he's going to make an immediate impact. Don't forget, they are missing some players from there. Corey Davis is gone from there. Adam Humphries is gone from there. Des Fitzpatrick, a fourth round, fourth pick out of Louisville, 6'2", 210. Did well on the adjusted explosiveness index as well. That's something you're going to want. So, hey, go ahead and check out my website, HallOfFameFantasyFootball.com. It's kind of neat how it took a bunch of players all at once there. Jefferson, Williams, some more kickers, and Gonzalez, Sloman, Ahmed, Mo Alley Cox. I wrote a piece on Mo Alley Cox on a blog I think 4 years ago or so. He was a basketball player project. Didn't really play a lot of football. Then we got Kylan Hill there, Green Bay running back, going with the 11th pick. And then I thought I just picked. Let me update the cache here because... let's see. Yes, it did quote me. It did. Look at that. It rounded out the draft. Other people must have left the draft and it filled it in. Nager goes next, a kicker for the Jets. Brevin Jordan, I like his opportunity in Houston at the tight end position. Then two more kickers round out the draft. Again, my apologies. I don't think we were able to get this out live, but we'll do our best to get the recorded project out there as soon as possible. I hope you enjoyed watching the draft, seeing the commentary, hearing my thoughts as each pick was made. This is better than a mock draft, in my opinion, because this was a real draft. Even though we saw some questionable picks there, I do want to remind everybody, hit up the Facebook group, Winning Fantasy Football. Hit up my YouTube channel, Hall of Fame Fantasy Sports. And then you can also check me out, HallOfFameFantasyFootball.com. You can get free rankings for players, that adjusted explosive index. And I'm constantly doing videos. I do weekly stuff. I do waiver stuff. So latch on to that. And hey, it can't hurt to have somebody else in your ear, right? I look forward to checking out what you're doing in your leagues. Go ahead and write me with questions as well. You can reach me again on that Facebook page, Winning Fantasy Football. The Facebook group, Winning Fantasy Football. Thanks for watching. I had a great time doing this, drafting and recording, and a little technical stuff happening there. I appreciate your patience with me. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Mike Sofka, and I look forward to playing fantasy football with you.